Okay, game 5 here, and there are a couple of powerful things on the board. One is Fool's Gold. I could maybe do something with Miser and Fool's Gold, I don't know. But there's also Bridge, and I think Bridge is the better option because Ironworks is there to build your engine more quickly, and Talisman is also there to build your engine more quickly. There's also some extra VP in farmlands, so I think you want to go with the village smithy engine with Bridge. Very classic Dominion. Ironworks as well, huh? The Talisman and the Ironworks become much better with Bridge. Play one Bridge, you can get Bazaars off your Ironworks, and then Talisman means you can gain an extra Bazaar for free. So I will want a Talisman at some point, but the Ironworks first. There's also Peddler in the top right hand corner. And for some reason I was oddly fixated by Peddler this game, thinking that it was somehow important when really Bridge is a lot more important. That comes into play, you'll see, in a crucial way. So I open with a village here with the peddlers in mind actually. That's why I open with the village, so we can make peddlers cheaper, maybe I can get one. And obviously the 4 for me is an Ironworks. My opponent goes Ironworks and Silver to my Ironworks and Village, which is okay. I mean, the Silver could probably get you to Bazaar, but I don't really care for the Bazaars. I want plus actions, and I get that from the Village for very cheap. So that's not a big deal. I pick up another village here. I have no terminals, but I have 2 villages. Village idiot kind of thing here, but anyways. Hopefully I rectify the situation soon. So here, I'm going to get the Talisman now to push me up to 4. And 4 means I can buy a smithy. Woohoo! So I'm going to get the Talisman here and a smithy. So now I have a terminal. Maybe my village can find it. I don't know. My opponent picks up the Bazaar. To me here, Bazaar really wasn't that much different to village. It was more or less the same thing. I pick up a pair of smithies there to hopefully connect with villages to get the draw going, this and that. So yes, Bazaars and villages were nearly identical to me here, plus actions and plus 1 card. That's the main deal here. The money is whatever, because Bridge just brings down the cost of everything and gives you money anyway, so I didn't really care for Bazaars this game at all. I have a Bridge, which I think is crucial actually, and especially with the Talisman. If I can pair those 2 together, I'll have a nice big turn. This is a dead turn from my opponent, so that's bad. You don't really want to see that. And here, I got scared when I saw these 2 villages because I only have, what, 3? And I was like, oh, please come with a terminal, please come with a terminal. At least a smithy was there, so that's something. And I'm going to be left stranded for the remainder of my deck. I get another smithy here. So actually, smithy is the only draw on this board. So you really want to get as many smithies as you can, because there's lots of plus actions. You can get to Bazaar if you really need the plus actions. But yeah, smithy is important. Here I pile out the villages, and the reason for piling out the villages is that, well, I want to play a lot of bridges, and that's a cheap source of plus actions. And if I take that away from my opponent, they are forced to go for Bazaar. Fine, spend your money to buy the Bazaar. I can spend my money to buy the cheaper cards like bridges and smithies, for example. So here I am going to get the last smithy. I think I win that split 6-4. I also win the village split handsomely. So I was hoping to force my opponent to purchase more expensive villages that way and gain some time from forcibly spending money there. Now this is a terrible turn for me. This is the fixation on peddlers coming out here. I should have just gone for bazaars and bridges here. Instead I pick up 2 peddlers for God knows why. There's no reason to get peddler here, but I did it because I opened village for peddler. And this here maybe should have been 2 bridges. Instead it was just a farmland. What? A farmland? Why? At least I get a bridge out of the situation, which is the best thing from that. And I have a point advantage should that become relevant, but really that was an awful turn for me. Couple bazaars, couple bridges, and that would have probably sealed up the game nicely there. So here my opponent has 9 and 2 buys with the bridge in play. They don't have a talisman yet, huh? I have the talisman has put in extremely good work for me for this entire game. They got a couple bazaars, and here I'm able to luckily kick off to an extent. I put the bridge in play first so I can Ironworks gain a bazaar, and 7-2 buys. I hastily picked up a pair of bazaars and bridges there. I noticed afterwards that, oh, the pile is low. Can I lose? Well, this is where the farmland helps. I'm a point ahead, so it's a little bit more difficult to pile out. I'm not even sure if my opponent can pile out. They don't have the talisman, they have a bridge, fine. But they don't have, and an ironworks, of course, but they don't have the talisman. So I'm not entirely sure if they can pile out. And they also have, a lot less smithies than I do. But still, I should not have been so reckless. Should have thought a bit more about that. And this is where the peddler play was so bad. Had I gone for the bazaar bridge play on that turn, I'd have had the same deck structure I had now, but there was no danger of piles running on me. Here, there was still some chance for me to lose. So that one turn, I mean, it seemed harmless, but it could have cost me quite a bit here. My opponent manages to get up to a province and a bazaar here. Buying that bazaar doesn't really, make it any easier for me to empty the bazaar pile, I think. I mean, if I'm drawing like this, emptying the bazaar pile is easy. I could probably empty, 6 bazaars maybe if I had to. Anyway, I draw through till the end of my deck here. 4 bridges in play, going to Ironworks, gain the province, and just buy out the bazaars for the win. So this is another quick game. I didn't pay for my mistake, but now you can see I know not to be fixated on cards. This is the second time for the match I was fixated on cards.